Montana State men and women's basketball teams are off and running in Big Sky Conference play, both sporting a 3-1 record to start out the year. We'll be joined by Coach Fish, Coach Binford, and a couple Bobcat players next on the Bobcat Insider.
The Montana State Bobcat Insider is brought to you by First Interstate Bank.
Hello Bobcat fans and supporters, I'm Jeff Riggs, host of the Bobcat Insider, here in the friendly confines of the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. We'll be graced by the presence of Annika Cook and Jason Alvin later in the show. Both teams started out Big Sky play with 4 games in 8 days. On the men's side, Coach Fish's squad got a split on the road the first weekend and then came home to the Brick and won 2 games in a row against Sac State and Portland State. Let's go to Annika Cook with some highlights.
I'm here at the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse where the 2-1 Bobcats men's basketball team is back in action. This time they're taking on Sac State. Let's jump right in. The Hornets off to a quick start, but the Bobcats say they're ready to play too. Harold Frey throws up a 3 to knot it at 12s. Skipping ahead, James Bridges pulls up and he reclaims the lead for Sac State 32-31. Marcus Graves keeps rolling, and with that buzzer beater, the teams head to the locker room. Hornets up 39-35. 7 lead changes in the first half alone. Now the second is where it gets real interesting. Frey to Devin Kirby, who completes the alley-oop. Cats lead 40-39 with the and one. As the game stays close, it's foul after foul. Hall is called for a flagrant as Joshua Patton goes to the line. But listen to this, there were 48 total fouls called during this game. Absolutely crazy. The Cats ended up attempting 42 free throws, with 33 of those finding the net. As Montana State tries to use that to their advantage, Harold Frey sneaks in for 2 more. MSU leads 65-62. The Hornets feel the pressure as half the team is in foul trouble, but Bryce Fowler keeps that score within a basket. Frey to Hall with the jumper. He's been a bit quiet but surges the Cats ahead 73-67. Montana State jiving now. Keldrin Blevins sails for 2, and it's 80-70. One last play as Frey lobs it down the court. Newman to Blevins, and that's ultimately what seals the deal for the Cats, 84-70.
Welcome back to the Bobcat Insider. I'm here with Coach Brian Fish. After a great weekend, couple victories here. Coach Fish, yeah, the second year in a row you've had a great start to the league. What do you got to do to keep it going?
Well, I think we're built differently this year. We're built, winning games by points in the paint, doing some things. DK's been a big factor, and Oos and Max and Sam, obviously, we're bigger and stronger. So I think the points in the paint give you a chance to know that you can continue to go. We shoot it a little better with the addition of Layden, Ricketts and things, and obviously Harry and Tyler are having a big year. So having said all that, we're just built differently, so I feel like we're a more sustainable type team.
Yeah, and you have a lot more depth this year, it seems like, with your team. Talk about Lossie and what he's added to the last 2 games in a row. He's had career highs. What's he added to your team? Well,
he's been a guy that's, the last 4 games, he's changed us. He looks 9 years old, but he plays with the heart of a lion and dives on the floor. I thought he changed the game today with a loose ball there, and he dove on the floor and made some plays. He's just fantastic all about the team. He's changed, he's gone from a kid that struggled academically, struggled adjusting to an American-type team, and he changed. And we gave him what he needed to do. He chose to change, and he's become a huge factor in our team and a big byproduct of what we want, players getting better in our program.
One thing I've seen in this weekend particularly was the rebounding edge you guys had in both games. Both teams you played had strong rebounding coming in, and you really dominated on the boards.
Yep, I think that was the thing that was going to be the mark of whether we could win or lose, because both those teams, Portland State's as good a rebounding team advantage-wise as anybody, and Sacramento State, again, another tough team, and both of them are built that way, and we're not a 15 rebound guy, we're a gang rebounding team, and we pinned our ears back and had a bunch of 4, 5, 6 guys getting that many rebounds, and it resulted in, I think a rebound's worth 1 point. We won Battle of the Boards today by 11, resulted in a 14-point win. The other day we won the Battle of the Boards, resulted in a win as well. So that's a big stat for us, something that indicates we're a tough team, loose balls, diving on the floor, those things, and when we do that, I like the team we have.
In the Sac State game, Tyler Hall, not in double figures, one of the few guys on your team that wasn't in double figures. Talk about how the rest of your team has stepped up with that scoring load when he doesn't have to be that guy.
And I think that's a big step in the right direction. I'm not sure we could have won a game with Tyler with 9 points in a game any time in the previous 2 years. I think our assistant coaches have done a tremendous job. Our players have done a tremendous job buying into player development. We've got a lot of guys getting better, a lot of guys stepping up and doing some things, and that's, I think, showing, and the results are showing, because we can win a game with Tyler going for 9 points and being a little bit of a decoy and stuff like that. So to do that, everybody in the locker room feels like they contributed, and it's been great, and I think it's a way you can grow your team.
It seems like this year's team's kind of a veteran squad for you. You have a lot of seniors, juniors that have had a lot of years under you and playing college basketball. Talk about how that's made a difference for your team.
Well, we do, but I think some of the leadership's better in the sense of Tyler knows it's his last year, and Harry is not wanting to go out last year like last year and stuff like that. And I think Kelgin's certainly playing high, but the addition of DK and stuff like that has been good. Sam's been a solid rock leader for a while, and but again, I think our points in the paint are changing us.
Sounds good. Well, thanks, Coach Fish. We'll be back in just a minute with some more.
Nobody has time for the flu. Now you do. Simply select your location, choose an available time that works best for you, provide us with a little contact information, and confirm your visit. It's that easy. So book your same-day, no-wait appointment online today at b2microcare.com.
My car is making a funny noise, like a yee yee yee.
Hey, Rick, what's a yee sound mean? Was that a yee?
That's it, like a yee.
Sounds like a worn-out belt.
Sounds like a worn-out belt. We can help you with that.
Yes, thank you.
Quality parts,
Helpful people.
that's Napa know-how.
What's a AAA insurance agent doing here? And here, we're popping up where people are having doubts about insurance.
What is this?
Come right in.
Really cute in here.
Did you do this?
Hi.
Does homeowner insurance cover these? What happens if our house is in a flood zone?
Does his age affect the premium?
How many times could I claim like a broken window?
If you want to chat insurance, visit a AAA agent at one of our branches. We can help you enjoy your home and auto by outsmarting insurance doubt. AAA, outsmart life.
So we actually are considering getting a hot tub. Didn't you use Bob's Pretty Good Hot Tubs?
How'd that work out for you? Just go with Mountain Hot Tub. That's who we went with, and they were awesome.
When it comes to hot tubs, you want more than just pretty good. You want Mountain Hot Tub. We've been doing this for over 40 years, and we know our stuff.
I am so glad we went to Mountain Hot Tub.
Mountain Hot Tub's the best. Mountain Hot Tub. Every day made better.
Welcome back to the Bobcat Insider. The Bobcat women got a split on the road, but got a key victory against Sac State. Jason Alvin caught up with Trisha Binford after the game.
Back in Sacramento with the coach, Trisha Binford. And coach, you get the split here on the road, Portland State, Sacramento State. How do you like the way your team responded here today against the Hornets?
I don't know if we could have responded any better. Jason, we had a tremendous second half. Our effort on both ends of the floor. I thought we looked extremely fresh for having 4 games in 8 days, which is mind-boggling. But the way that our kids just kind of ran out of the gate of the third quarter is one of the best third quarters that we've had, and how we finished that fourth. Just really a complete game today. Yeah, to get a road split, gave ourselves a chance even at Portland State. I thought we were extremely solid as well. So it's a pretty good week going back into the field house.
Talk a little bit about the second half here. As you mentioned, they got up 7 early, went on a 9-0 run to take the lead, and then never really looked back, and it was done on the glass. You guys, 11 offensive rebounds in that second half. You held them to just 2. I think that's where the tides were turned.
Well, it was a great challenge at halftime. You know, we were down 8. Really, the defense was fairly solid except for the rebound count. They had 8 O-boards at halftime. So the defensive end, the only message really was just finishing it with the glass and making sure on the offensive end we got a little bit more of that attack mentality. We were really passive in the first half. We only had one person crashing, and they were boxing our 5s out with 2 players. So really, we were challenging the 3s and 4s to give us second opportunities. I thought Camden came in, gave us a tremendous spark, gave us some really good tempo. I thought Oleana had one of her best games, start to finish, as far as being aggressive, playing off 2 feet, really sharing the basketball. We got so many people involved today, but the 5s on the defensive end to keep Nicholas to 0 offensive rebounds, that's just a tremendous stat in right there in itself. So just really proud of the kids today.
Claire Lundberg leads the way with 25, Martha Cooter 19, but you mentioned maybe Oleana Squire's best game as a Bobcat here, a double-double. She was 3 assists shy of a triple-double, and really to respond from Thursday night where she was held scoreless to here today, I think that showed tremendous growth from Oleana.
Yeah, you know, she just wasn't ever able to get into a flow against Portland State. She started with foul trouble and just never really got to be aggressive on both ends of the floor, whereas today, you know, she just out of the gate had a spunk to her step, and I just love the energy that she brings on the defensive end. And on the offensive end, she just was really in a flow. You know, she was in a groove. She played at a tremendous pace for her where she could be aggressive but not out of control, and I think that's when she's in a special place because she's extremely hard to guard when she hits that second gear with that hesitation. And you know, like you said, she had a great game, but Claire and Martha, really, really strong performances by both of them. I just love how our kids are just starting to find each other, so we had a pretty good week of chemistry. Granted, we got the split, but like I said, I thought we gave us our great selves a great chance at Portland State, and we finished extremely strong today.
Just looking at a quick look ahead forward, you've got Idaho coming in. That's going to be a tough one on Thursday.
Well, absolutely. This is a team with 2 of the best shooters in the conference, and friends you could put up there in any category, any conference level. And Pierce just has such a quick trigger, and obviously they've got some scoring weapons around them. Otherwise, they wouldn't be playing in such high numbers offensively. So we're going to have our hands full. It's going to be a defensive challenge, but they also have to come into the field house. So we're going to protect our home court.
Coach, appreciate you.
Thank you.
That was Coach Binford on the Bobcat Sports Report. Up next, men's basketball.
Can I help you?
Do you have a replacement for this oxygen sensor?
Oh, yeah. Watch this. Hey, Rick, what do you think?
Zirconium dioxide, 5-wire. Yeah, we got that. That's part number 24302.
That's like a superpower, like a strange and specific superpower.
I heard that.
Let me get that for you.
Thank you, Rick.
You're welcome.
Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Nobody has time for the flu. Now you do. Simply select your location, choose an available time that works best for you, provide us with a little contact information, and confirm your visit. It's that easy. So book your same-day, no-wait appointment online today at b2microcare.com.
The Rocking R Bar is your game day headquarters. Join us downtown right after each game for $4 Bobcat cups, food and drink specials, and so much more. Plus, enter to win your own fully catered tailgate party, Cat Grizz tickets, and other great Bobcat gear. Only at the Rocking R Bar.
Excited about Bobcat season? Trust us, so are we. Sometimes game day just can't get here soon enough. You could show up 12 hours before kickoff to show your colors, or you could get the new Bobcat banking card from First Interstate Bank. Find out more at bobcatbanking.com.
Welcome back to the Bobcat Insider. I'm here with Harold Frey, point guard for the Montana State Bobcats. Harold, 2 great wins this last weekend. Tell me what motivated your team. What got you guys going?
We felt like we dropped one at NAU the week before, and we just really wanted to come together, protect home court, have two great showings for our great fans. I mean, the turnout has been really good, and they made a lot of noise, and I think that was a big factor to our success this week.
Yeah, you had a great start to the Big Sky season so far. What do you have to do to keep that going in the next few games?
I think we just got to take it one day at a time. It's a long season, we're all aware of that. And just get better each and every day, whether that's a game, a day off, practice, whatever it is. Taking that one step each and every day, not getting too high after a win, not too low after a loss.
Now, you're a true point guard, but early in the season you were playing some two guard. What was that like to have that transition?
I feel like whatever works for the team, I feel like I can fit in multiple positions. And for example, last game, I was at the one a lot, and then today you saw Lassie had a great game, so we left him in longer, and that moved me to the two guard. And I mean, whatever works for us that given day, I think it's the best way to roll.
Seems like when you went back to that one in the starting lineup, you really started to take off, and you've been playing really, really well since that point. But having that ability to go to be that combo guard seems like it's really helped your team out.
Yeah, I think it makes us more versatile. We can adjust to whatever the other teams is going with, Yeah.
And your assist-to-turnover ratio, awesome. How do you manage to run your team and not have too many turnovers doing it?
I think that's a great testament to my teammates as well. I think they do a great job getting themselves open, catching the ball, finishing. You're not going to get a lot of assists if my teammates can't make shots, Yeah.
Well, as a former Montana State point guard, I'd love to know more about how you got that great assist-to-turnover ratio. But we'll have to talk about that another time. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Let's take a look at this week's Big Sky scoreboard. Starting with the men, Montana State started out the day on Saturday playing Sac State. It was a tight game until the end when the Bobcats pounced and came up with a big 84-70 win at home. Northern Colorado also came up big at home, defeating Idaho 83-79. However, on the road, Northern Arizona beat Idaho State, Portland State beat Montana in a big upset 77-74, and Southern Utah beat Weber State. Monday night, the Northern Colorado Bears took a stand at home and claimed a win over Eastern Washington 75-63. Before we head over to the women, let's take a look at the standings for the men. The only team remaining with a perfect record is not Montana as predicted, but instead Northern Colorado. However, Montana, Weber State, and Montana State trail closely at 3-1. Over a quarter of the conference only has one win, and Sac State rounds out the list for this week at 0-3. Now here's the scores for the women. Saturday afternoon, Southern Utah hosted Weber State and came away with a close 84-79 victory. The Bengals claimed a road win over Northern Arizona 80-69. Portland State beat the Montana Grizzlies 78-60, and Northern Colorado also picked up a win on the road at Idaho, claiming that one 86-70. The Montana State Bobcats wrapped up Saturday night with a 16-point win over Sac State, finishing 69-53. Monday, the Northern Colorado Bears went on the road to play Eastern Washington and took the win there 67-62. Here's the standings now for the women. Again, Northern Colorado sits at the top of the leaderboard with a perfect 4-0 record. 4 teams are within a game, though, including Montana and Montana State, as well as Idaho State and Idaho, all at 3-1. Sac State has dropped 3 straight, and Weber State has dropped 4 as they round out the women's side at 0-4 in conference play.
We'll be back with Coach Fish right after these messages.
Nobody has time for the flu. Now you do. Simply select your location, choose an available time that works best for you, provide us with a little contact information, and confirm your visit. It's that easy. So book your same-day, no-wait appointment online today at b2microcare.com.
The Harlem Globetrotters!
This is what it looks like. This is what it sounds like. This is what it feels like. When an amazing moment becomes an unforgettable memory. The Harlem Globetrotters Live. Together, we'll make memories they'll treasure forever.
Playing at Brick Breeden Fieldhouse, Sunday, November 18th at 2. Visit the box office or log on to ticketswest.com for tickets.
What's a AAA insurance agent doing here? And here? We're popping up where people are having doubts about insurance.
What is this?
Come right in.
Really cute in here. Did you do this? Hi.
Does homeowner insurance cover these? What happens if our house is in a flood zone?
Does his age affect the premium?
How many times could I claim like a broken window?
If you want to chat insurance, visit a AAA agent at one of our branches. We can help you enjoy your home and auto by outsmarting insurance doubt. AAA, outsmart life.
So we actually are considering getting a hot tub. Didn't you use Bob's Pretty Good Hot Tubs?
How'd that work out for you? Just go with Mountain Hot Tub. That's who we went with, and they were awesome.
When it comes to hot tubs, you want more than just pretty good. You want Mountain Hot Tub. We've been doing this for over 40 years, and we know our stuff.
I am so glad we went to Mountain Hot Tub.
Mountain Hot Tub's the best.
Mountain Hot Tub. Every day made better.
Here's what's up next for teams across the Big Sky, starting with the men. Thursday, January 10th, Montana will travel to Eastern Washington and Montana State will travel to Idaho. Then on Saturday, Idaho State will visit Sac State, Portland State will host Weber State, Northern Arizona will head up to Southern Utah, and then Montana will play again, this time on the road at Northern Colorado. Now on to the women. Thursday night, the Bobcats will host Idaho, Weber State will host Idaho State, and then Montana will host Eastern Washington. Saturday afternoon, Southern Utah will travel down to Northern Arizona, Northern Colorado is headed up to Montana, Sac State visits Idaho State, and last but not least, Portland State will host Weber State to wrap up this week's Big Sky basketball schedule.
Welcome back to the Bobcat Insider Show. I'm here with Coach Fish. Coach, talk about how the regular season for the Big Sky Conference really is your second season, and how when you start out in that preseason, you're really trying to get ready for that Big Sky Conference tourney.
You know, I think we did a better job this year. You know, it's frustrating to be 3-7 in those first 10 games, but every game had a purpose. You know, Portland State pressed us, so we wanted to play in Arkansas. Wanted to play our guys. I never thought we got our guys into a big-time environment and be ready. When playing in Indiana was a big-time environment, and it affected us. And I thought those things paid off. But our non-conference schedule for not having the home games that you want to, you'd love to be home 6 or 7 times, but we weren't. But I think it served the purpose of preparing us. We stayed together. We focused on getting better. I liked the couple weeks after we played North Dakota before we played Washington State. I thought our team really improved, obviously resulted in a big win at Washington State, but I thought we've attacked it, and that's been because of the guys' attitude and wanting to get better and wanting to be a good basketball team.
And when you get back home, when being on the road so much, especially in that preseason, what's it like to have this crowd that's been on hand the last couple games?
I thought it was a big factor today. I thought it took them a little while to adjust after seeing us on Thursday night, but I thought today the crowd was fired up, ready to go, and Patton missed a free throw on the foul that he got to stand at the line by himself, and I thought the crowd caused that. And so having said that, I was very appreciative of the crowd. I thought it was a good crowd today without students, and they were very loud and a big factor. They were certainly a sixth man for us today.
Looking ahead, you have Idaho next. What kind of a challenge do they have? They were great last year, kind of struggling a little bit this year. What do you tell your team looking forward?
Well, Verlin's a very good coach. They're going to play hard. He's blending a bunch of freshmen in after having a veteran group last year, and he's building a team and stuff, so they'll be ready. We start school Wednesday and start playing, so we got to do all those things and get adjusted. So we're back to a more normal thing. You remember when you played and those students go home and you're here by yourself. It takes a while, and we're a young team in certain areas. And so we had to adjust to that. Now we got to get back into handling schoolwork and playing basketball. But certainly I think the boost we've got from how we played this weekend will help, and we need to build on that.
And how do your veterans fit into that as far as being leaders and showing the younger kids how to handle that?
Well, I think first of all they show it by after a game like today, being in the training room and getting rehab and showing the young guys taking care of your body, because we really don't have many 2.5-hour hard practices remaining of the year. Our practices are now more mental and film work, and if you're not grown up and understand that, and you don't have a veteran, and your veteran's the first one out of the locker room, it ain't going to teach the young guys the right way. And our veterans, if you go to the training room, they're in there right now on the bags and the ice baths, getting ready to go and stuff like that. So they've got to show the guys the way, and they got to show the guys to turn their phones off and get to bed. I think we're doing that. I think it's been a growing process there that we've done very well, and the seniors and Harry have done a good job of showing that.
And what about DK? What's he brought to the table here these last couple games and as your season's progressed?
Well, first of all, he makes me laugh every day. He's a goofy dude. He's funny. He's constantly talking and doing those things. But he's an extremely skilled 6'11", 7-foot young man that can catch the ball and change the direction of the ball without having to bring it down. Him and Harry are very tight. He's very well liked. Our team's very tight. And I thought today again, down in the block in the second half, I thought he had a lot of purpose with those shots. He rose up over guys and just stuck that thing in there and didn't leave it to chance. And I thought he did a heck of a job there.
Yeah, he did. Well, we're pretty excited, Coach. It's a good start to the Big Sky Conference season, and we'll look forward to seeing what happens after this.
Great.
We'll be back with more.
Excited about Bobcat season? Trust us, so are we. Sometimes game day just can't get here soon enough. You could show up 12 hours before kickoff to show your colors, or you could get the new Bobcat banking card from First Interstate Bank. Find out more at bobcatbanking.com.
Nobody has time for the flu. Now you do. Simply select your location, choose an available time that works best for you. Provide us with a little contact information, and confirm your visit. It's that easy. So book your same-day, no-wait appointment online today at b2microcare.com.
Welcome back to the Bobcat Insider. Next game for the Cats, the men are on the road at Moscow on Thursday while the women are here at the Brick. So come on down and support the Lady Cats. For all of us at the Bobcat Insider, I'm Jeff Riggs. Now over to Annika Cook for the Bobcat Breakdown.
Now it's time for the Bobcat Breakdown. This time, let's go see if we can find junior guard Harold Frey. What's something you've always wanted to try but you've been too afraid to do?
Sky jumping.
And if you could choose an actor to play you in a movie, who would that be?
DiCaprio.
And if you could choose anyone, who would you want to play one-on-one with?
Michael Jordan.
What is your biggest fear?
Spiders.
Spiders. Now, who on the team would maybe push you to conquer that fear?
Probably Devin Kirby.
Why would you choose him?
Because he's my roommate and he probably knows me the best.
And now, what is your favorite snack when Coach isn't looking?
Probably Norwegian chocolate.
Oh, okay. And what is your favorite warm-up song?
Oh, this is tough. Probably Sicko Mode.
Okay, would you sing a little bit of it?
No way. Sorry.
No way. What's a color combination that you cannot stand?
Color combination? Yellow and purple, maybe? I don't know.
What would you say is the most embarrassing song on your phone?
I have a lot of Disney hits. Maybe that, maybe some High School Musical. Maybe.